Beyond the ability to self-learn, to learn quickly, and to save money on education later, language and mathematics are two of the most important abilities. Let us explore the benefits and drawbacks of knowing, or not knowing, multiple languages and mathematics. First, let us look at great figures. President Ho Chi Minh, the national hero of Vietnam, mastered 6 foreign languages. In reality, he knew more, but the 6 main languages he spoke fluently were Chinese, French, English, Russian, German, and Thai. He used languages as an essential weapon in diplomacy. By knowing many languages, he had far more opportunities for success in major endeavors, carrying out noble missions for the nation with ease. He could negotiate with foreign powers in their own languages, which allowed Vietnam to gain international allies in the struggle for independence. He could also read documents to understand the culture and strategies of enemies, which helped him devise suitable tactics to reclaim the country. This is a clear example of how knowing many languages benefits someone at the level of a great leader. Bringing it closer to us, our own children, when they know many languages, no matter their profession, they will have higher income and more opportunities. For example, a tour guide who only knows one language might earn about $750 per month working with local clients. But if that same guide knows multiple foreign languages, they can also serve international visitors, sell more souvenirs, and stand out among peers. Their income could rise to $2,300 to $2,600 per month. Furthermore, they can work with companies abroad or even work from home for overseas clients. If they choose corporate jobs, they can join multinational companies with a resume that stands out far above other candidates, since such companies need people fluent in many languages for contract negotiations. If they become entrepreneurs, running businesses in Vietnam and exporting globally, knowing languages makes international trade far easier. For instance, China, with its 1.4 billion population, is not proficient in English. The same goes for countries in Europe, the Americas, and the Arab world. Or if parents envision their child working in government, knowing many languages would enable them to work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In short, someone fluent in multiple languages never has to worry about earning a living. Parents can imagine, if 2 foreigners come to do business with you, one speaks English but no Vietnamese, while the other speaks Vietnamese, who will you favor? Naturally, you will choose the one who speaks your language. That person will be able to persuade you better, express themselves clearly, and gain your trust more easily. The same is true in any organization or agency that deals with foreigners. Parents can picture how much everyone depends on multilingual individuals. Foreign partners will always prefer those who speak their language, not only Vietnamese or English. Communication will be smoother and faster. Such people become indispensable, earning high salaries and generous benefits to retain them. For entrepreneurs, knowing many languages allows them to expand business, trade internationally, build wider networks, find suppliers, and access global tools easily. They are not restricted or limited to Vietnam alone. Today, with technology advancing and parents becoming more educated, many families apply modern education methods. Knowing only English or Chinese will soon be considered ordinary. If parents keep old-fashioned ways, their children may struggle to compete with those raised under more progressive methods. Instead of fearing your child will be left behind, act now, at the most decisive stage of their life. Now, what about mathematics? As Professor Glenn Doman explained, there are 2 main reasons why every child should learn math. First, doing mathematics is one of the highest functions of the human brain. Among all species, only humans can perform mathematics. It is one of the most essential functions in life, a symbol of civilization. In every person's life, everything involves mathematics, from students at school, to homemakers, to shopkeepers, to rocket scientists. Every day involves solving math-related problems. Second, and even more important, children should learn math as early as possible because of the profound effects it has on brain development itself and on the products of the brain, what we call intelligence. During the golden period for math, from 0 to 5 years old, if children are exposed early, they will become sharp with numbers, quick in calculations, and financially smart, giving them a lifelong advantage. Parents who watch Shark Tank, whether in the US or Vietnam, will notice financial analysis is always the top priority. No matter how brilliant your idea, if your financial literacy is weak, your company cannot grow and may collapse. Using financial leverage, borrowing for business, requires sound calculation skills. Entrepreneurs must be mathematically sharp to succeed. Almost every field requires mathematics, from independent businesses to construction engineers, mechanical engineers, scientists, bankers, investors, and even families managing personal or household finances. To earn and keep money well, mathematical thinking is essential. Without early activation, many children fear math once they enter school. The harder they try, the more they struggle, because their brains were not prepared. Teachers scold, Parents scold, grades fall, and children begin to hate math. Once hatred sets in, they avoid financial calculations altogether. The result is severe. They cannot handle big tasks in life, only small ones, because managing anything large requires financial skills. The essence of nurturing multiple languages and mathematics early is to activate the right brain, creating a vast basket for children to store knowledge. Between 0 and 5 years old, the brain is empty, and right brain activation helps balance both hemispheres. Nobel laureate Roger Sperry discovered the distinct functions of the left and right hemispheres. Just like our two legs, when both are healthy, we can go far. But what if a child grows up without nurturing their right brain from 0 to 5? Later, they will only use the left brain, as if walking on one leg. And can anyone walk far with only one leg? The golden opportunity for the right brain is only from the womb until age 5. After 6, the left brain dominates. Parents have already learned the principle: use it or lose it. If parents activate the right brain during its peak, it develops strongly, expands storage, and knowledge gained in that time remains for life. If not, the right brain's precious potential is lost, even though every child is born with it. That is why nurturing languages and math not only develops those specific areas, but strengthens the right brain itself, so that later, children are not walking on one leg, but on both. Especially when the right brain holds a rich store of knowledge from 0 to 5, the left brain, as it develops, inherits this advantage. Children gain great imagination, quick learning ability, and unique ways of thinking and working compared to those who only use the left brain. A prime example is Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientific minds of all time. His name has become synonymous with genius. He produced 7 groundbreaking discoveries that changed the world: relativity, black holes, gravitational waves, E equals mc squared, the expansion of the universe, lasers, and more. Research by anthropologist Dean Falk at the University of California showed that Einstein's left and right hemispheres were unusually well connected. This was a critical factor behind his genius. Scientists compared Einstein's brain with those of young adults at their peak and with older adults. They found that Einstein's hemispheric connections were far denser than either group, young or old. This interconnection gave him the ability to combine logic, analysis, abstract thought, and creativity seamlessly. This scientific finding shows the wonder of balancing the two hemispheres. But parents must note, after 6 years old, the left brain has already taken over. You only have the window from 0 to 5 years old to develop your child's right brain. That is why you must nurture knowledge and stimulate the right brain as early as possible, while the child is still in the womb, or from birth until before age 6. Some parents may think, I once knew English, but after moving to the countryside I stopped using it, and I didn't need multiple languages after all. But when parents think this way, it is sad and unfair to their children. They are imposing their own limited life onto their child, restricting their future to the same small boundaries. Parents must believe their children are geniuses, with unlimited potential, not confined to the village or to Vietnam alone, but reaching out to the world. Why not lay a solid foundation and a powerful launchpad now, while they are young? Thinking otherwise is like closing the door to your child's opportunities.